29th of April 2025. Tuesday's edition of Dialogue Show. Welcome once again. Sir Odu Afide no Atoha na we're tuning in here to TV, the Dialogue live here on to TV GH as well on YouTube and Facebook. And a Tuesday's episode of Ghana's biggest and most highly respected political, social, and current affairs talk show. No, Ebra Sose Ghana nyina esim kunya ewo kasa mfoni ehona ede Ghana nkomo ede som ahefo. Medi ede owo ahene entwi buisi akọ. The entire production crew nyina ebo michidom ede ede dwumedi kase we ede ebra. So be part of today's discussions na the ekoso ewo omai Ghana mu etimi gibre na esi eho enkonya na CJ on the 5th of May, political parties be account abum say obe demonstrating against the suspension and the mindset behind the removal of the Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana. And the omu etre wohu egumontene so it's say omano there were 3 arms of government. The fourth estate is making the media what is not constitutionally mandated, no, and making it 3. Your war CCS stands now from the executive body, the judiciary, and the legislature. No, as it stands now, Ubia Ewone ne power of attorney, also the edge. But as it stands now, because the president has the power to appoint the Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana, now. Or no, would to me because as it stands now for Parliament from the parliamentary perspective, there it is the parliamentarians, you know, after say you nominating the Speaker of Parliament, you know, MPs, you know, and I mean confirm it, say Speaker Yadina Tumu Yatono Swaba and Otimi Atlan to hold to touch that area, no, ayana a bit scary. But as for the judiciary, it is the president that's appoint, my appoint too. Yadwa converting ya toto ano now ababe Chief Justice of the Republic and in some dapen also Chief Justice nafa stands now and ya dia say Ghana for edidi agro because other political actors the home komaba some lawyers are speaking against the attitude of the President of the Republic say ya here it's like abentugo because it's like coup and because if you remove the Chief Justice it's like I say, what to judiciary in United at watching Monte. So, you better share now what the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana, the 1992 Constitution, DA and Okamfasa in Semno. This morning we'll be speaking on that subject matter. And you better call the NPP Amanyukono. Thank you to Amo Elko. Nana Kwesi Ampofo is our reporter from the western region to the western north region to the Ahaf region in the Kukum and the Agoso enclave, you know, where they continued the thank you tour, no, and baby Ubako drew and Tuesday's edition of the thank you tour. Beko na yakwako di enkomo edi efru. I don't pay asemba ko pe. And a person in oche. June papa and June bonnet. Think positive and avoid negativity. Ti June papa and June bonnet. June papa e faunion and June bonnet and fanon. So unya e kwananima bonichidom. So unya e kwananima tanechi shenim krai. So unya juma e koswa shenim krai. Na opesa uyesa de oye ni bia ye kono ho kwaje foto. Ye ntwitwa ne nantri mfa aduro enkogu na dwuma mu. Se me hwema na dwuma na se na me media yi. That is totally wrong. Nipesu titru ni abibifosu. Black mind, black people. Anyhow, you're raising up. So I want to advise this morning, say otiase as a human being, awe ni padia, jai adwen bone a odwene ma onua, na dwene papa efa onua. Avoid negativities and think positive. That is my quote for the day. Avoid negativities and think positive. Se odwene bone efa onua ho. Eka onko na onua brabo asei. Eka onko na dwuma pa bia onua bia nya oye no yeyi na dia. Whatever that you are thinking about the person, one way to bounce back at you. Ebebu abom, ebeba oso. Se unua ekɔ n'anim in life a. Se unua bi atoka papa bi osidan papa bi ama n'enya ofe. Ma wakoma mu enigye no emma hu unua no hunu se baabi a wadu no ota n'achi. Na mmom yentu na drum kuno. Before na se baako free abusua no mu ba no pie abontene no oba itimi ne kwaduro so bonse kuno. There is a man bia free America ba, a very sad story, very very sad story. Onua mutio onua wu anu free America ba be sino no ni nua na yi kura anye ono mo mawu. You see before mindset ikoko wi eche se aduane e de ma no e na e de se wuduro basa enti otra ho no wamba e na kotra ne ba bia nka we be si ana e nipa dwen adwen bone isase enyina ye didi na ye nyina didi akoda fufuo ya wudi e no bi na medi ye twa obia sa obia ntoa mienu odi wie a ode ne yem sa okọ tim so ofira brochira benti ye nyini mfiri ho e nipa dwene papa o na papa o bedwene no papa ne beba oso na de odwene bone no bone beba oso. So stop thinking negative. Obi aso aro pay the ordinary say you must pay say space na ni na ye ya no wo hye dia empire pai no hu hwe. You see the mindset. Omubungu no ntimi madwuma. You see the person's mindset. It is totally wrong. Let's avoid negativities and think positive. Yadwene papa and be. So this is the message for today. The dialogue Jumadi na 2 television. Medi de owo ahene and Chibu Isiako join our YouTube no so na 2 TVGH on Facebook as well. Let drop your comments. So it's time for sports. Kofi Amponsa Usia Hene Ede Agudi Monsem Ebre. Owie pene ensem da epono so. Ebedi wo komo pa. So ebekọ na akwasi ampofo na ene ono so akakodi nkomo ewo efiase. So ye hwese ede Agudi Monsem a yenua Kofi Amponsa Usia Hene abobo ano no ebeso.
in the 2TV, the dialogue. A brass song, the course of world of sports, and then about share. But say live on YouTube, you're live on Facebook, Kencity Media Limited, Net 2TV GH. No, general by parts of the show. But say now, the course globally, as far as sports are concerned, no, you know, Baby Shana pay and shall say Association Basketball. So, in the world of the NBA, players, top assists all time now, Steph Curry of Golden State Warriors, Agyapong, no, I just say, what be placed in 19th. That listeners wa if we are seeing I want about to say or no so everyone whatever papa. So number 1 on that list no Magic Johnson. Number 2 LeBron James. 3 John Stockton. Jason Kidd, Chris Paul, Tony Parker, Rajon Rondo, James Harden, Larry Bird, Steve Nash, way top 10. Into the next one, no, 1 to 20, no, yes. Steph Curry on now, on our place 19th. We're all-time leaders, NBA playoffs, and now Steph Curry, a part of it. Now, Ojinchi, apart from say, now I'm actually, share some of the highlights of the NBA playoffs, no, near Chedia na Steph Curry, the NBA na yemetwas okay on screen now no Steph Curry for you I just say you just love him say basketball pa na Steph Curry too much of Golden State Warriors always be say shoot so my pass no a champ enti enyo class say obey part of NBA all time assists top 20 Orema and they place 19th on that logger. Yebo AS carry about to say or no so eguso Ojinchia in the world of the NBA. Now, share NBA playoffs nankasa hawa standings no NFHS no ekoso ewo UEFA hawa nema ekosan. So this is the current state of the NBA playoffs na eguso ekoso just say yeah, one crank, just say this is the state. You do just see we are seeing no so be pay critical attention to the teams that follow in the world of the NBA. Now, yeah, they are so Ghana has say now ora Kofi Adams penny pound on the sports and recreational no Ghana. Now we can the 2 important elections so Emanam so ora Richard Apokavi ye name no as GOC president. It can't be Emma Ora Kofi Adams at this statement I bet you just say Obanabaso for this important Akwenyama Sobesevo as president of Ghana Olympic Committee. Now Amasamaya Amasa project be omusi some Olympic site state webwa net me our net talent. Ne ye develop ye. It was shown in Christ, so I'll be over no more. NASA project equals no to me and complete name so no more. Na a man sunya quenya a part of the year GOC a Jumedia Quasoho. One fans so what science so airbo ura cat yes Ukraku Abaso. New second vice president. Edema Ghana Football Association. And they sit to my bet to just say, no, so I was passe when you're going to at CAF. Now, initiative, what they are bound to say, young referees, Ebenya Quenya, to me, Eddie, your football games to be facts. The last African School Championship, of course, so a war league or no, Ghana member on the place it. Yeah, man, they winning the trophy, no. But guess what? The final course Koba say Tanzania for winning, you know. A young referee from Ghana, Adongo Akurubu, and I heard that game so on the screen. So young guy, very young guy. I just win now, no ye part of a initiative fee, the GFA bar, yet referees at the young we are Kalaman Bible. intino apa the body for na ba say or more etiti referees na this age mo akwenya no mo so be boa na agro no etimi akoso a na pay you know edinko. Now let's switch to Ghana Premier League enter match the 29. Now afterwards the more that general numbers no know how our name so for now you bought 261 matches and I recorded a total of 142 wins at home. Away teams produce 46 away wins, 73 games now we in a draw, and I recorded a total of 464 goals. Home teams now produce 308 goals. Away teams produce 156 goals. Out of that, no penalties are all that being no. Count yellow cast, red cast, no. I recorded on the pay now this general numbers. Now, yeah, players are weekend day performance no. Or what they weekend day. Ghana Premier League. Yamo Abasan say, coming a league and the Yanni so Isa Ibrahim of Akayans. Our first team as no winning man of the match. Kamara Dean Mamabdu El Mediema against Young Apostles. So no winning that award. Mohamed Kamara of Asante Kotoko. Omiya win over Ediana last weekend. Ono and one of us say one more de Papa Kotoko goalkeeper no. Then Edward Agyapong of Vision FC against Go Sason that award. Christine Ejenim Watson against Heart Alliance. The Go City game on winning that award. Richmond Ayi of Vision FC on Fesi Caron winning award. So these are players that we can what Papa Ghana Premier League gives a course on we and pay you know AD sa and come now the big game basso this Sunday Accra Sports the winner the unmissable we know ye game basso between Hasselfolk versus Kobia Kumasi at Sante Kotoko. Ghana's version of the El Clasico no basso candy one cry into now pass it through name quite joy your beautiful Ghana Premier League. Now, you had the continent of Africa. Some say, okay, Egypt, you bought U20 AFCON tournament. In fact, first game was between Egypt and South Africa. Egypt for the unique game no by a goal to know. You enjoy these highlights. Na yemetwaso.
Oh, that would have been. Looked up, saw the keeper off his line, took the chance. Break out 3-4 red shirts coming forwards. Some pace injected on that left-hand side. Now the ball comes across and Smith heads it from El Sayed, but they still haven't cleared the ball. The shot comes in, parried away by Manine. And then a bit of a miss kick from Vilakazi. Movement down. Now the ball comes into the near post and well, Samir got there ahead of the trying to make way down the left-hand side. A good run coming in from Mohab and a teasing ball in as well. Oh, that's a lovely ball in behind as well now. Things opening up here for South Africa. Fiflaku makes his run into the area. The shot comes in, palmed against the post, slashed clear behind for a corner. And not for the first time. Abrahams, bit of a poor first touch. But now the flag stays down here for Egypt and Abdallah in behind the set. Oh, brilliant strike from Abdallah. Out of nothing. And just moments after South Africa so nearly took the lead. The old Pharaohs have got, and Egypt have indeed. Smith, but now South Africa can come forward and the shot comes in from distance. Oh!
Right, so U20 AFCON tournament, so Egypt, and match the one game, so May 2nd, and the Black Starlight team, boy, first game against DR Congo. In Tibet, we see your team, so what the best say. Almost started this competition, or even to me, in your Kenya. The last time I Ghana, echo this same venue, echo ball U20 tournament, no. You call let's say the ultimate title that was in 2009. Ghana could win the World Air Cup, no, Cairo. I just and you heard him say this one of Fenimran TV to my Jumano, Nanema, dear my. Now, you heard your so FC Barcelona, you team no, almost every the UEFA competition no. I just a matter of one part. We need the junior team of Barcelona and now, or maybe the UEFA youth competition no. Yensha how I am no enjoy to say, or maybe need the title and they will be a more Barcelona Barcelona youth no, or Mudia grow or speed. FC Barcelona youth team no and now what they let's say that important UEFA youth title no I just will be a bon about. Let's talk about UEFA Champions League tonight. Yeah, more the semi-final games no. The big game at the Emirates. Arsenal versus Paris Saint-Germain. In the fishes na ebaso na our Arsenal ever started another important semi-final game. Yes, so on the screen now, Arsenal versus Paris Saint-Germain. Then also Barcelona up against Inter. Just say these are games this stage. For to say Arsenal representing England. Okay, now PSG is from France. Then from Spain, Inter from Italy. So 4 clubs, 4 nations, and I enter this stage of the competition. Tonight, Arsenal versus Paris Saint-Germain. Now let's talk about Arsenal team now. Okay, now the playing body of Arsenal, more final training years. So so between the players and the media attached to Arsenal. Yente this sound bites na to us.
How would you sum up? How are you? All right. How's it going? Just using one word, how would you sum up the feeling in the camp right now ahead of tomorrow?
Ready. Hey. Excitement.
Question time. How would you sum up the feeling in the changing room now ahead of tomorrow?
I say focus.
Perfect.
Focus. Special.
Morning, Martin. How are you?
Right.
How's it going? Just using one word, how would you sum up the feeling in the camp right now ahead of tomorrow?
Ready. Hey. Excitement.
Question time.
Right. So that is say Arsenal are more prepared for this Champions League game no. Now, yenti coach Mikel Arteta. I heard the game na Barcelona. Yenti Arsenal coach Mikel Arteta na how onemrantie no omo prepare for the game na Barcelona. But before that, yesha kwaya Liverpool for fast winning the EPL title no. I just say performance no done the against no. Let's enjoy this highlights. Naimra.
And it's in, and Tottenham Hotspur have the lead, and they have come to Anfield to spoil the party. It's a ball towards Szoboszlai, lovely, Luis Diaz. That's Liverpool's equaliser. Szoboszlai to Luis Diaz, and Liverpool level it. 37 years ago this week that Liverpool beat Tottenham 1-0 here, thanks to a Peter Beardsley goal. And that won the league for Liverpool. They'd won it here against Tottenham a few years before. A certain Ronnie Whelan scored a screamer to put Liverpool on the way. That's McAllister! Oh, he is such a talent. He is such a special footballer. And this is going to come to Gakpo, who scores! Sheer persistence from Corey. Cody Gakpo. Liverpool have 3. And their hands are firmly wrapped around that Premier League trophy now. In step the challenge to win the ball back from Ryan Gravenberch. And here come Liverpool again with Szoboszlai leading the charge. Salah, Udogie in his way. Salah's beaten him! He just had to score today to put his stamp on Liverpool's special day. Here's Curtis Jones. And Robertson. That's Alexander-Arnold coming central. And breaking for Jota, who's only just come on. Alexander-Arnold. And Salah's, oh, it's in. It's Udogie this time. With an own goal by the Tottenham man. Liverpool are the champions of the Premier League. Liverpool.
Right, so when they cry now, so Liverpool, I left say title number 20th in the EPL. I just say we are seeing a sample. This is in the put team no more matches winning by I'm left say trophy. I just say we are born so now, and then a big game. Emirates Arsenal versus PSG. I share Arsenal team prepare ahead of the game I basso tonight. Emirates.
Tuned their preparations for the Champions League semi-final first leg clash against Paris Saint-Germain. Every passing sequence, every drills, every tactical discussion carried the weight of the looming encounter. Key figures were present and actively involved, signaling positive news for Mikel Arteta's side. Riccardo Calafiori was spotted participating fully in the session, suggesting he will be available for selection. Kai Havertz was also present at training. While his participation might be more observational at this stage, his presence underscores the club's forward-thinking approach. Jorginho was also seen going through his paces with the squad. Several key attacking players appear to be stepping up their preparations. Bukayo Saka looked sharp and energetic. Mikel Merino was also actively involved. Trossard and Martinelli, whose pace and directness can trouble any defense, were also seen putting in extra effort, hinting at their readiness. Trossard and Martinelli, whose pace and directness can trouble any
Right, so that is a Arsenal update for you now. Yenti coach Mikel Arteta, they work ahead of the game about tonight.
We face a lot of challenges and we managed to compete at the highest level for 10 months. So we earn it now. Be present and live the moments. A beautiful moment, let's live it and let's enjoy it. Live the now, the present is where we are. We are so fortunate, we put so much into it to be in the position that we are. We earn it with our work, with our enthusiasm, because we face a lot of challenges and we managed to compete at the highest level for 10 months. So we earn it now. Be present and live the moments. A beautiful moment, let's live it and let's enjoy it. Live the now, the present is where we are, the position that we are. We earn it with our work, with our enthusiasm, because we face a lot of challenges and we managed to compete.
Right, so that is Mikel Arteta for you, coach. Emma Arsenal team, no, I just say, I'm ready for the game. Finally, Luis Enrique, coach, Emma Paris Saint-Germain. Na almost akudu yenti coach no preparation amoye for the game about tonight against Arsenal.
De afirmarlo, que es uno de los mejores equipos de Europa, es evidente, como creo que es nuestro caso.
Je pense que I think that all players are important within a squad. So who's the best or who's the most important Arsenal player? Who's the most important PSG player? No one knows what will happen tomorrow. But I think that Paris Saint-Germain and Arsenal are actually very similar teams. Arsenal is made up of very comprehensive players. We can see that they're really strong as a squad. They're able to attack, they're able to defend, and everyone gets stuck in together. Obviously, we've got individual characters as well, but you've got the same thing within PSG as well. But there isn't one player that we depend on. They've had players that have been missing from the squad over the course of the season and things have gone well for them, the same for us. And then is Arsenal the best team that we've come up against? It's very difficult to say which is the best team. One of the best teams, yes, absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt. They're the second of the Premier League at the moment, and this has been the case for maybe the last 3 or 4 seasons they're playing in the Premier League. But I don't know whether it is the best team, but it is certainly one of the...
Right, so that is Paris Saint-Germain final training for tonight's game, and yeah, the amount we said this year na yenasa no pay for your time. From me Kofi Amponsa usia na no pay ye das no tai this year e chanapa. Owa ni entry buesi akon yade nyina we saw how they the dialogue no e to asmache.
By Kofi Amponsa Osiahene on the Dialogue Show, 29th of April 2025, Tuesday's episode of Ghana's biggest and most highly respected political, social, and current affairs talk show. And there was Ghanaian media personnel, sir, Omutiomuhu Egu Montenso, and Ekuno Okatache Afrifa Mansani Dienimu. Nina is about illegal mining, and Adam Matesa demonstrated towards that. One lawyer, Kwame Adolfo Akasafa, the suspension of the Chief Justice. He made it clear, say our President of the Republic currently is a communicator, and we all know, say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is not a lawyer. And the lawyer Kwame Adolfo say, the oil unim na party for na yen yodum. Lawyer Kwame Adolfo. So what the president is doing, a party faithfuls, party foot soldiers, and the ayen yodum. Now unim sana wo chano. Baby edukwa ko wia. Just as yente lawyer in America say video na radio because utie lawyer as a lawyer on nim Ghana marano utie in semna wakana was our president is a communicator. So what he's doing, you know, say what the Chief Justice for Froba. Now NDC in transfer forever. Because when the MPP won power, almost when NDC ma power bill and then omodabaye, omo womanai. MPP win in 2016, no. And in 20 also you be break it 8, no. MDC they should forget power. But former President Obama and then also a president. And to be per se lawyer, Kwame Adofo, na semna wakano. E per se he's a lawyer. And what the president is doing in the Emrane Kanu, Yentin and Semekakra. Yeah, bro.
Judge in a rule, in freehold. Then Chief Justice. I said, no. We need freehold. Because that's not how we are trained. John Mahama problem. So when you're lawyer, into one chassis, the more for you do it. When you're lawyer, you're going to say, and you're dangerous terrain or training. So yeah, no lawyer, you know, chassis system. That's not how it works. And go on, yes, I know. Why you communicator? And because of a communicator, I won't show them how the system works. And what your party you do for. Those who will cast a money in the power. At this stage, a foot to be no best son. Because why not be so be my maybe. So election time okay. Or I say it will take a new Chief Justice to reset the judiciary. A Chief Justice is not anybody. So what cast out to home. So position so when you almost be in a few other. Bad. John Mahama, if you are listening to me, stop what you are doing. Because it will not help this country. And it's only too dangerous for the president. I'm out for pushing us when you judge in a rule in freehold. Then Chief Justice. I said, no. We need freehold. Because that's not how we are trained. John Mahama problem is when you're lawyer into one chassis. The more for you do it. When you're lawyer, you're going to say, and you're dangerous terrain or training. So yeah, no lawyer, you know, chassis system. That's not how it works. And go on, yes, I know. Why you communicator? And because of a communicator, I won't show them how the system works. And what your party you do for. Those who will cast a money in the power. At this stage, a foot to be no best son. Because why not be so be my maybe. So election time okay. Or I say it will take a new Chief Justice to reset the judiciary. A Chief Justice is not anybody. So what cast out to home. So position so when you almost be in a few other. Bad. John Mahama, if you are listening to me, stop what you are doing. Because
and the lawyer Kwame Adofo hono kokasai and inya sa TPD free. No say Professor Mills by no na omanfo ka che say onyi Georgina Wood. Sa party NDC fo ya say mame Georgina Wood yempamono. But wenti say Professor Mills so de ono ya somdwe hene. Ohun say ade no say me ya that chibi e de asem beba. The lawyer Kwame Adofo ene ka say Chief Justice awtiso yi ye mampani yodum ye yina opposition for omunto opposition forever. They will come back to power one day. No more power one day. Omo betimi di omo so Chief Justice aba. Taking note of it. You're very, very careful as a country. Oda MPP ni NDC ni transmit emfame ho. Emfame ho. Bibia emfa ho. Asori bia ni mo kru mo do mo so mo nto aba. Omo nto aba nso mo do mo mako school. Omo so mo nto aba. Nso mo do mo mako hospital. Bible no aye kenkan ni nyina ye kan biu. Ti as Christian I say we exercise or franchise and so to elect somebody. Because I saw in America no emunipa emako police. Okoto police form. Ababi ama power nkabeto police form no. Okoto nursing school form. Ababi ama power. Mama Christosoma say Ghana. Ezo Christosoma yes ana tie. Ntime ye Christo ni ntime de cause no me emfa me ho. judiciary na mampani de nsa ekeka ho yenye very careful say the lawyer na eka no or say President Mahama is a communicator, he's not a lawyer ti do yen won tiase a party for the enyem kan your lawyer Kwame Adofo na eka nti party for ne yodium pamano yiri free ho isa omo target ba ko mampani pam easy electoral commission ma me no pamano the ma Charlotte say the pamano no as a Ghana for bibrina anti ampani akufo-addo enye ono fiti prekupa e pama me Charlotte say o the course o ano TB and yenye very careful enwa mrantie no so ye kire na mamema busuapani akwa bansa na yebekọ na nampofo so ne yakodi nkomo se na medi kakan no ti mamema busuapani kwaku antwibu isi akwa why cheche ni pai or started from mate tini proof ane de anya de meye fi no or started from mate aduma or the first wasi 1994 and at the age of ebimanya 4 years na fi de bimawi SS ebienya 4 years na bimawi SS we no ko di mate kakra awo choko teshi o baby ni nema
catch it say
eh ma wakwabo
37 to Teshinwa Estate.
Hona na fa.
Hona na mefa. Car no amedi mu mate the number JR 7823G.
Me kan wa sama osma me kan.
Aye Ford. Ni aye bie ne door no te say Bible no. JR 7823G.
Me kan no di mate. Chese ni pona nyini.
Na ayi kauna no na efre no ayi Mr. Charlene na efre Shele. No what
1994. O kan ni na.
Say na ni fie no wo tashi kwan no tashi wo ko twiblewa.
To the mate for how long?
Oh, na me dey try me results no nti 95 for no. Ba ya na
Ujai na ko training college.
Nti
just as a picture no deleting wanya adio. Wanya sa teacher for picture no wanya aje evangelist. Mo
me man bribe na man delete ye.
O command bribe. Evangelist.
And a man in the meeting.
It's then a bro.
Well, say, one of my bonds and I say, a beer, and to my who are bonds here, man, you are say, nah, Dakamunda.
Sure. You are too so pain.
Because the country said the last year made sure me was.
Yeah.
12 December
1994.
Assume secondary school, not a panel. Area 12:30 we could be a foom by day kodo ya bro be foom e na me culture na elective tree and question written side no susu twere essay question about you be enkohe o se twere ananse sem a wate pen rewrite of a book being a book no akan a ananse sem a Dr. Pabobo enyomu story.
And I'll try.
Okay, one sign any atro here. And sa story na me try.
No, dinya e no.
And I'm dinya e. You mean say them ranche ya be hwan you mu pa na be nya story dey atwere. And so he no pass. Into go fi e ho dey when
yeah, my member abaso because we school na e mu bi nkofo we say no 2 years. We so 4 years. Hey. Oh, why are there? To the man, I would mate na recall. Yeah,
they about to additional so.
Teacher, you want to try 20, you know. You know, just walk sitting general.
Aye, Mechere Eche ya na Papa bi. Now or a headmaster. Me fee a buy side no. Me buy private school be Santa Maria School Complex.
Now no student back with the message, but also so America so baby. Also China there. Also on call 48 years.
Headmaster no your friend no Agyapong.
Okay.
Na me chechi enti da because school mu ho na no so say or test me no me classroom ti edu na me ka chen say o ma me topic o pese me chie nkwada no me pese me amede me topic beba ko fi me ma di chie nyina me be gina classroom ana say lecture ho say mikuta book and mikuta bibi me nam no nyina bibi o mitim dada
yeah so a teacher ni
enti ono ama me topic ono obisa topic ben na ya mo refi no mo boss na ya kira ade no papa no ba no ka chem say eso kwa journalism because said there o ka said there where you know
I want the chance they say
no the share enti Agyapong friend pon me no ka say or Santa Maria but waya kwakura ba ofi ada bia wotie mi ehwe yen
then I say so utimi obi timi hwe obi no identify with talent
yes
sa na ni party
yes
ti ebehwe and why some troduma have year 16
oh me say me ko dum otwe say me dey do nsia na ba me no be
count ti why journalism so adwuma 18 years
Kofi
okay
but police station go be farming ko be that because Kofi ade no say na o kan sa na me kan anyone so amenka said the oye wudi
ya
pepe me won't me from in police station one can me do baby a ano odin a me hu sase na ano odin a no mama o bite na wa waka wa asem obi ehu wanim obi ati wo voice
na oyi won afrim
me me hu afrim nti Kofi adwan sa na te na ye nkwaje obi si council me fa tawo mu ye kon
dabi ero de kwa asem na okay sikaje no yifrim ye nya sakra na Mrantie be a demonstration and ra neba so follow ya and one lawyer being so Kasembi Chief Justice now you know say Sunny Chano ya when ye ababi obabi the Chief Justice meba na ya esabone Sansa Mampeni is not a lawyer until the lawyer I say he doesn't know because of what the party people are telling him and lawyer when any agree
Kofi menena ya dwen ekosi ase ba lawyer no so ehun ye me nwan kakra
say
Ose esabone eno mu twa nyesa
yeah
na ndi se sapa eno mu twa da so mu twa sapa bi da ena o ka se we dey esabone de a ene na sem no kan de me na ya adwen na wonim se NDC fo no bi ba ko bi na no pe na me ka ni social media se owura Clement Apak so no ye deputy education
yeah
omu bi asase kasa say even Ghana Bar Association omo kan say omampani sign reinstate Chief Justice no enye na wadanfo ya owo voter region ya okaso no so NDC ne mpanimfo ibi
tomakro edugiana
obako ka ho me kai ne din
okay
me o anonso kasa pa NDC fo ono so ye lawyer and or say Ghana Bar Association the omo ye no na comment enko for atwe me na ka me betro say e bia enwanwa omo say ano ono so ye lawyer ni matena da mu asua emra pen Kofi he ade bi o ha ho se wa ban mu na wo ya enipa nyina beka aban no ene ne party ehunu say yemfom so but ye yom fi aban mu a eno bo sa de na no mo ye no ayamfom so ebi na MPP ye no enti asem na lawyer no ka no de Kofi se na o kan wa ha me ka cho se me ne ya 100% ene de aso wonan ena adon se sane le nya so won sa ena abehu ba bia wo de be sane o man ne enti true o man Penny John Dramani Mahama you are not here to serve the NDC party but you are here to serve Ghanaians. So you are doing say baby ah what the NDC nhyehyɛ ya na say what the NDC adwene na ebe ye de a ndie sabone
but not forgetting say aban no so Ghana for na to abama ho e wonya de a one ado pay dey ebisi su nti de oye bia Ghana for dey ehwe wo kwaku e beka wasem ye hwe stories at the bonkata no de aba
Kofi we de mama mfa we ma e bi nu pe na me nsaka ohun ti wo de ni amede e sha say daily graphic enimu ha me gidi sasem we asem dada MPP amano ka ho asem wan se me no me hu hye foforo di NDC betumi de aba Jason NDC aba ban mu omaye no omba na ase omo ayi bi no moto aso no ma se sanidi o say chip embedded passports cake in President Mahama Akufo-Addo takes copies. Wow. Sa chip embedded passport. MPP fan kan ho asem. Dr. Mahmoud Bami an kan ho asem. We asem foforo. Okay. O say boko fuedin parties converge on mention for peace talks. Semra ena otumfo share ne nkasa ye no na so dwen nkasa no. Na ba ko den finfini ha eno de banner headline no. Adwuma wura blast off program to create 20,000 decent jobs annually. Ahana sem no wo no. Kofi Senra minim so de wani di akira.
Me show TV so.
O say mabunu empemu adu no. Na se binu besua nsa no nwuma na wi a ye de yamansika de ahyase enkofo the business plans beba no ma hwe de aboam. Kofi Onsem di kan asem bi se send this for ba mu ne MPP fo MPP aban ye twa mu yo ye no eno an obey we ebibi foforo de aba ade foforo na ebo nkwantene ehwe osaman no so ba fra na ehu wonya bedura enye hu bi o enti say hihye we na obi bi sa se na radio na honorable ya mfa boachi bi sa se obetimi achieve and am say ane na nsempewura de o se dabi ontumi achieve na so obetimi achieve because you were NDC for Mokrum had more than 20,000. Sika bi or the asem so as finance ministry honest can be obetumi aye ye ka che de why you be paying. Kofi yanti ha and asenshe we nyina ye kodure enua e wo pebrim. Ye ko yan confirm am to ko it me ne nyami hono se Kofi eye sika no e no be eche e de ama NDC supporters. Any NDC for. Yamofa watching this Oman FM say, make me apply, me apply via me because some more or this is can be moment. I will one more listen that other NDC for no better. It's Kofi, double cut, and I'll say July 1st declared National Day of Thanksgiving. No, don't say first meal, not workers' day, and I say Thanksgiving. Okay. Or say weak enforcement behind annual fiscal loss UPSA Gene. Okay, and also Enti Kofi, Mamenko Echiha, African parliamentarians call for increased domestic funding to fight malaria. You know make hand hygiene daily practice. Health experts. Enti Kofi, the other hand, some can say that anymore. My penny John Romani Mahama. Was it 20,000? You to know the Ghana from French woman, Mrs. Can one better and home when this if we name I said, baby, be pebby pass a bit me a free and this about it. No, me marking no.
The Ghanaian Times, most authoritative newspaper, on the front page of the Ghanaian Times, President unveils a Jumera initiative to create 10,000 businesses annually. Stop blame game, channel energies into business creation. Richard Nee Kwe challenges the youth. Protesters hit Accra streets, demand end of Galamsey. Chip embedded passport rolled out. The Minister for Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration, the Honorable Samuel Okudzato Ablakwa, is on front page of the Ghanaian Times, back page of the Ghanaian Times. Construction begins on Central Region Lands Commission Office Complex, and hoteliers want enabling environment to thrive. That is the Ghanaian Times. The Bokrata and pay the Ode and Amnon Tienwa. Abrante, your friend, Okatechi Amankwa, a free for Indian Samchoni. And now on him ran tia tiu Hungu Monteso. Made him Fonini Kakrawa high, baby. Na Kwaku Galamsey no, I can wasem. Umana Omo Abemsi, Omo opposition, Omo Abemsi. Send a boy akufo-addo abani tri so pa about Galamsey and Obiaka na no atomo.
So among your positions, no one ye be a dear, don't share baby the a binoma to pay rules in the said yet, Rebecca and no Head I don't know, I want to chairman Mackenzie mobile, you know. Then you say, yeah, I can't perceive the more coffee, the more chap could be brimu. Na Muku who said a hawk at ye. Kofi. Enye kukubi bremu no nko ana meka ho bremu no nyina ne kala ye baako na se emrantie demonstration omo ye asem we ka ho maka ne bempre na me se ne wo site ahodo a machines ho nyina ye brand new machines excavators ho ne tromme a de ye adwuma nyina no ye brand new ne nyina ne sense afoforo aba enti site foforo na ayeden abeba enti go fi demonstration ne de emrantie no omo beye na so omo betie aban mu nipa ne nkofo no betie no Kofi, I don't know, Semono, and don't see a sem for. So, Asemo.
Ebehe na I don't know audio I critical and some trophy NDC bar power omanya position journalists are sa na omudwumadi omudi nyina ne se na mo pe position
Baako ne hwan
baako
Owura Randy Abbey what can't seem be Kofi mi madwene mu no me hunu se ebi ya no ankasa na adwene
then you know
and no they can't say so say koko buo bra asem no mo kan ye no bra no mo opposition no na ignorance and no mo de kan sense mo no na menyi ni safie abaka so on to koko hu and ye say the katachi afrifa e de animu ya demonstration no ye mu binom ye de animu because ononyamfo atofo and eka kire ye say MPP abanya akufo-addo dan wonti mo den enti na ka so mo to koko one bag 6,000 and over na akufo-addo ti mo den ti oma akuyafo 3,100 babi sa ho se omampani John Dramani Mahama ne maye di kan no sabe na koko no to one bag say na world market na koko ni e to ne say e na no oma akuyafo em say 574 one bag akufo-addo ba ye no within 4 years no afi ma ko timi tu koko bo mu empemiensa enti se fefo manyenya positions no ye hwe wo mo amadachi bi se sentwedi bi so be den ebenya position bi a ebegina ne sentwefo ya o mampani Mahama ama won di bre no ebegina ne o mo be ye so enti wo Randy Abbey midem susu na asem o ka ye no ebi a ye hye no se won ka den ni o anadwene na so ka se Omampani da bi John Dramani Mahama onne Owura Randy Abbey omuntumi nka nche se koko bo omuntumu eno de omboa omopa omo de omuntumu ene anka me se demonstration ya
baso no
ene anka katachi no de ekure so
kwakutie ma me bolles ne ma wo
okay
de chi nsem trofo a omudwumadi anu mudi nyina kire se na mo pese MPP nusu
okay
aba we buy ya mo madwuma wo dey omo ya we de adwuma sika so dey etato cocoa board CEO the low akufo-addo na bete so first pa cocoa board CEOs no pay 87,000 870 million bosome
okay
no oje president aketua mprensa na e de ma cocoa board CEO
okay
tina na akufo-addo buy no se dabi and komu plan so kra buy no then na 500 to 600 million
okay
bua he edu agea be mfie wotwe eno akotena fie is here the Randy Abbey so dey ekoho the next person on your position OS journalist Owura Abeku Santana yeso oye acting deputy executive director Ghana Tourism Authority omo na so no nti ono so yaman project person defend Raymond Akwa were technical and communication department expert Ministry of Finance yaman post baby esika won kwa na nkofo no Ministry of Finance cocoa board and Ghana Tourism cash ho and a brand ba ko say no Papako Lantam corporate affairs manager Ghana Publishing Company
okay
Abrante friend Prince Minka media relations officer go
na TV Africa
Prince Minka
oh me nim say me ade ma
no
onya Minka
say no were you Power FM
me see wo free TV Africa
and call power
okay oh Prince Minka dey me body I maintain the position
good board a media relations officer on the kasa ma gold no and the gold nya do say and the aka actually nyina no but egumi bag mu ono no de no the next person Ironman Post or yoba MFA Apewu corporate affairs manager Petroleum Hub ejak baby angofaro kona no de emode pa and the next person yaw Ampofo Ankra
After the ne brown
Owura afi Ankra nua ono e de ko so director general National Sports Authority Jack and Veronica Comey were deputy director general NSA National Sports Authority wa nti nipa for now aba no but ebi wo
ba me dey
say Kwesi Pratt baba no and so wo office of the vice president
and said na the baba no a journalist Sani papa and man enyaye. Kofi wan say
obra o ka be si bi so.
Omo nyina de no.
Mitio makasa. Mitio opani abuzu opani kasa.
Omo nyina de no. O de ye nsentwerefo na de amomo na yemisa se. Meti hayi. Kofi nyame yo adom nim se ska de enche obenye bi. Unya na obi bank. Na be family se me no bank. Wa de ametimi ayo ma wa me PR adwuma ma.
Asa.
Apart from that, what they make a teller, first of all, you say, I feel bank in Meguno. Because me need one thing. Or around the abbey, Yemi says, Nikoko for the doyer saying. Mr. Abu, couldn't go for an hour. Ain't see a man now or no, yet, or Tia. To say, Medina had asked me a lawyer for so. In fact, what's ya say? Say, be a will be a 1 century, mother, not in Barber, a be a century, maybe so. Onye professional mu anhwe ya obebre na wonne akuafo akohia kokwa ase o ka kire mo se ignorance na mo de be kasa bra na mo opposition no kwa me menka govi o de wi achi we bedi nkomo te 7 amene o ejina ya adman
ene kwaku so team ko good board obinya good
o kofi me nti ak my friend that kwa me o de na nfa me fro why and say power FM no free ho
so e ba ne say ya na me ko good board
bi sound who say MPP amanyoku no mu na ye gina ha ya ye kase ye kase na da bi na wono wa ba power wo do ye den
ba se bi nsu nya bi
why
na se ye fi a ye ofa kwabena kwa achi enne ko MP
no na board
member
board so na no oda na we no mo ye do ba ye board so no mo na
we mo de mo odu
ene asem na akeke
difference so different we mo odu same
NDC back and no man penny Mahama back and Radio Gold security for nyina o na no mo de that board so security and na near do to board so now they won say whole party na whole the late Kwabra party near the another board so where we ni a we be be
menka o mu de ne de e mo odu
ono ankwase obi asekura o wode ne ho o yes training na akasa na ebia enokura no na wo ka but ebia o ka kakrama MPP fo a wa ba wo wode ye den kofi enti aha na ese MPP fo ye den say ofra no kura to da bia wo mfa kofi to da bia afra na wo mfa what you say enti me de wo mo a wo mo ye den anya position no obi ebi e but ebi nso anu ebi
post modu because sectors near do makona maybe esika wonko
a basement card
on say ya hihye wo hen so ya hihye wo on say abe ayi event say Randiam Bidie no ono na number 1 Coco board opemu abe ko so de ni modu e na ode remona akwa
if you can say why no omo de da ayi si why na ne die mu ha your friends Felix ya ampa fankra di emu ha
bema ba ku kwasa hye wo wan so ye dwuma TV3
de wan
the watch ho no pa kwasi asare o ye dwuma TV3 ono so ono so communications department Bank of Ghana there you are no nyina be scan go o ma yesi kakura bi about Bank of Ghana and ono de no ko communications expert
me say we woni eni ntina enipa bebre no onya NDC or person MP because NDC ebrebi sebe obia na adwuma wo ye no nya se bia mi bu obi adwuma bom fi adwuma bia adwuma krono na enye adwuma what you say yetimi ma obia na adwuma wo ye no na kense se sa contract no ye de ma no NDC omo reward nipa wo
encheni no omo ya de
omo de enye ye ncheni kwa na ohunu sampa wo ye biribi ma party ne yedan ba power but MPP wo adabi ofra no pa no offer me say MPP fo mpani fo bibiri wo ho a omo opposition ye ne wo mo a me say apart from former information minister Mam Fati Fatima to Abubakar ono pa na afra na najo kra 1 o'clock obefa we hu obefro ba apart from that me de na make omo hwan e na afra no obebu awo okay and afra no me kan me former station na me fro no aboka na Agyapong na owo parliament Opiba respond there. I was shocked that day. What you say? Before the
anyone best son.
What's it?
Anyone best son.
Oh, hey. Adia Bakwa. Emma MPP co-opposition 2008. Say, yeah, kwa run off no. I'm penny for. Say for obete so. And no kind of man can afford to see our woman. Say, nana can himself for no bet me at so. And I want to swan and ever trouble. Yeah, run off na quantity so. Oman penny yabedi echi dada. Dr. Mahmoud Bamia. So I see you trouble ya. Yet fu us. Yatumu meboa. Enti ye misa say. Ade no mo ye in 2008 no. Nya no no in 2024.
Well, ade ba kwa menwu from Ghanaian say. Ghana for and Chema last minute no decide for battle. They decide 2 years ahead. Your 4 years. In the next 2026 to come, 2 years of NDC, Ghana for be taking a decision. That's how Ghanaians are.
But baby, that's how Ghanaians are. But NDC for about power we know. Omunya careful.
So say.
NDC be giant sika gumu obi anyi biedi. Ha difference na woman no. And then the panel wa Ghana no. And yet the Ghana no cheche ne Ghana ye di ne hia no. Ni obedie.
Money sika.
Na nke ye be to free SHS atwatwene ebe na ye cheche pad ma pad kwa cheche bi mama ye cheche bi mama mu wa na mama wa no so mu bu amonsa
well
ye tumi cheche pad ya cheche mama mu wa nyina ubi sa koda no ba ko so me de be bobo we se be kwa koma me maame o ma ye serious o pad ni free SHS kofi enti wan esese e wu se Ghana ni pani obedi e ma no onya ni obedi a o ma ni be ye de anyu be nya no wo hwehwe so the akodan be go school so akodan be nya dwuma be sesa akodan da chama no wonpe the obedi ne nne e ma de ache no eno no wo hwehwe what you say enso NDC so de wo munnim yo anka
madam for be back primaries way back 2014 mo there western region me more constituency ni watna UK amakasem we severally and also we contested primaries nti oba na otese delegate for ni be here fisher folks no apofo no nipa be 40
compare
abba no 40 out of the delegates no fisher folks nti opomuni my campaigner ohun mo be ko bia no mo poso ana onya no makọ ponaba ana okusha so maba me fi UK na aba na me contested primaries ni bi na mesremo mo how ye dey so agbod moto no ye konama moto no yenya bi na sense yenya moto de bo machine kai no kodo no hoko say no so mo pedo do so obi anya 11 say 11 there minya cause that time na album moto no 8,000 80 million old cities kwaku tio and also remember more 10 see 8 multiplied by 10 year 80,000 800 million was some fan couple and under opponent ni see actually oyiba oni omo triple oya ma ba the application wa gallon mo bia 200 Ghana no ma to ma do omo 200 Ghana na album to no ma 20 an akwa no ko UK ozi krum a onsi abi
obeden kofu obeden
onsi abi oda
Ghana ni
no to sika ni gu you see agene album motor no only couple ba obenya more than 200 cities no but the man 200 ni application 1 gallon automatic
now dank oba besia how the fancy to the be a Ghana ni be mo ne wa waja wo wa so akoda no wo hwe no ebetimi akasa yan free SHS e bo de si enya adwuma ya de school fees yan ebetimi atua aban ba se adwuma no nya ebi nya pad ne echicha ma baba mu wa no ode bi abere wo no e say se mu be ne den and na
fancy mamenka
we hwe
ala la fancy onko court de ni pese be court
mamenka we de lawyer ba
is ambo de lawyers be brave sure lawyer me lawyer we have my friend lawyer Udrabesia. This
now friend na call and console na abuse
Obeko. Na me on kwa se me tena.
Me say call na nkwa.
Call na nkwa Tuesday obeba.
Afa bi onya case na do no cause ma me friend me lawyer. Ma me friend me lawyer afi ori akun ni ba na so no wa se.
Well, Jacko movie be am re gwaku. Also akobia be fana de okuku no. Ento nam kwa so kwa oko aso konfona so ne so. Wo za kwa na bodam so ye erade. Nipa mi kuku no abodo dam mami. Ene ono afane musuo nko. Kwa kuma me ka message si. O ma me win the champions morning Kofi and Kwaku. We thank God for another day. Thank you my children for celebrating me yesterday. I do appreciate it. May okay, I do appreciate it. May God strengthen you guys and keep up the good work with boldness and knowledge. That's it. Issa Adams, or say good morning, or and our godfather, our grandfather, or say grandfather. I say Mr. Entry and all Kencity workers, and so no. My message be a fa. You miss me kind. My cousin, me say me platform obaso na be attack message. I dey negative there. I don't entertain it here. Unyame pa. James the bibi say you people must also what? Oh, and also the akofa sans be yen kan o message no. Yen kan kra yen so sa nyama no so a. Nti ye de no so besia. Besia na ya hwe ye kwa anim no. Sele ne o ma akọ. Ti kwaku ye behwe na lawyer banti ene be chief justice ni mra de nyuma omwa e kakra cause senior lawyer Kwame Adofo kan me say the same thing and lawyer so meka
Kofi Media asem na baako emra na de wo ho obi e be che na adwen but o man pani John Dramani Mahama one ne NDC aba no o ma yo ma adwen se maame no ya no be yi no enti eno ano lawyer de emra no e bi sua de o be kire ya de se ne enti na mum NDC o ma hwe mu ti sese no mo be ye no akwa so ma pani dada akufo-addo nya ka se wi no oye
well, it's time for discussions. And the Democrat time komono esi teacher Kwaku entry buesiako ena yede no interact our hand 2 TV suni a quick break aba na yede today's discussions no with lawyer Eric Odro at also. All right. Tema wakaba bio edo banet 2 television. So ebraso say yene empeni for edi enkumo. Former Medina constituency chairman edema the New Patriotic Party ora Michael Kofi Makanzi ofia. Sanso ena emranim ni kunini bako lawyer Eric Odro enso ofia na ensem no edoso. Basically yebehwe other issues related to our constitution. With regards to Chief Justice suspension and all, lawyer about Kwakasa. I'll be playing that tape again now. What Yasama, new lawyer and kind of now constitution is a NPP. Thank you, Tor. And so Koso lawyer, chairman why over here now going forward as a political party. Any other issues in relation to that? Na editing na ho komo amembu no enyoma to say enyoma akosai wow hey obetimi drop your comments on YouTube na 2tvgh and na Facebook so ebejibre na yakenka me dey wo ahene entwibusi akọ lawyer me moache
yeah
na ahode o
nyame adom
bia boko
bia bro
ida yesuas chairman
aja
ehu ache
Mr. Hodo
nso bi off plane.
Oh, Debbie.
So no,
yeah, Ghana Mundo.
Chema Mundo na kwenti ono kruma and senga abrochi.
Ghana Mundo na kwenti de sesi there. And na need to sign a need to cry. But
say etrefi na efi from aboy ho. Well, mpese etie lawyer Kwame Adofo. Lawyer Kwame Adofo emranim ni senior lawyer Odro emranim ni ya na wakasembia Ejiri se yinyina yebe pese yebe kombi na yetibi na yehunu asem no nyina about say Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana yema me Gertrude Araba Isabasa Kitoko no as it stands now there ya suspending no ema Paul Bafuboni and ye you say or hwechi na ono so ma directives bi man for kan won sem say directives we dey as more rem but you know mrasem minumino mra school ni yankobi la odromo na akọ enti ombetimi agibre na oba chechre na ebehwe yenkokoti la Kwame Adofo nsem na enti mra sisia na yemfa nkomo no hye so
obey president am for pushing na so ni George na rule if you then Chief Justice was it no you need free hope because that's not how we are trained don't have a problem so when you lawyer into one tiase the man for you don't know the we lawyer ni akon ti say na a dangerous terrain and or training say yeah no lawyer ni no tiase system that's not how it works akon yes you know why a communicator and by because of a communicator won say the how the system works and what your party you do for who so we kasa money ni pa at this stage a foot to be no person no because why not be so be you maybe so election time okay or say it will take a new Chief Justice to reset the judiciary. A Chief Justice is not anybody. When so what kasa to home so position so when you almost be in a few other bad John Mahama, if you are listening to me, stop what you are doing because it will not help this country and it is only too dangerous for this country and I think
Adofo and a Kasai is saying I mean shall say with lawyer Eric Odro we are my chairman lawyer the only lawyer can say it should be is going to be a bad precedent ya when ya anamwa o man penny etu asem you fan say
yo ya de nchia kase be ma Ghana for ne ati for ene anopay say Chief Justice issue ni there it's still raging just da paso pa na
Ghana bar situation for so call say reinstating in there
yeah
okay
in fact idea a hadwen kakra a hadwen where the nation's mood na non-supporter to the government no ubia any
okay
and are the supporters of government in community in Kasa yes because of my dream no a hadwen kakra inti na me tea party functionary back or can say inti sisi asa na enye na We ban no be we ban no be we. Afi ebe ye bedu baby na fi CS for no. Aba and you na the best 16 20 30 years. Sa na pena na. Because political elite ni there. Omo be deal. The political elite no.
Omo share any house
baby. Ebe economic status the obe the obe dad the obe share is not a problem. Enti see more sa chance ni sa na yeah what's no near bre. Those are questions we must interrogate. Now share kwanya ye di mami ya faswa bepim sabri ya watena nchen ya ebi mu advocate. Yes, let's say per article 146 clause 11 no. The president has got the power to suspend to revoke the suspension no. Ye hope say after everything no. Beating ejuma. But the question is already GBA 4 letter na omuka baby omo de sudi kakra to aban so ye article 296 no echere say ye a body ana person ye di tumi ahya wonsa say we ye adwuma no say de be ya emfa oyini ana say katasumu maso ana say we di otan ana say obi hu ahinti na enye pepepe. But how do you even determine say ni pano tana so on town? How do you determine say why you are giving no panas on pe? Those things we have to even define them, because you must have power now or limitations. You want the governance limitations system for the president, the executive, and even the entire governance system. There were institutional limitations. Okay. Institutional limitations, they say the separation of power concept must work. The judiciary must not be touched. Okay, now there's a constitutional provision that the person can be touched through certain procedures. What is the substance of Adena Yekamwasem? The infractions. Because we are Juma, if it be occupational hazards,
okay,
any war administrative irregularities. So how do you reconcile or recalibrate administrative infractions, to make it a legal question? Those are issues we must be looking at. And this are about the president Obia Bana. Because I'm sure only the administrative mismatches. Ebi awa mejumantem, and ebi wano crowd. Udi obiatem, and answered administrative issue. How do you convert that thing to be a legal issue? And do you want to create a legal issue for that administrative infractions? These are questions. These are questions. The institutional limitations. They say your mouse are to me now. You are bound within the powers now. Whereas you mustn't go outside that particular area. In administrative bodies, Article 23, because the president, the executive, the administrative body. In Tianamo Otu we are a soon whether it is positive or negative, no. Otua at Article 23 no so also say you can seek redress. Is there? Because the constitution must be interpreted as a whole. You look at it as a whole. The modern purposive approach. And the literal say the spirit is also what's important.
Okay.
I'm hearing legal interpretations from people. There is likelihood of administrative mismatches.
Okay.
Should we recalibrate to become a quasi-judicial or judicial infraction? Then it becomes very perturbing. I hope you are getting the analysis now. Yes, let's see how we build the nation very well, so that we don't try to set up or set out a kind of a blot that will be an insignia, a blot, just say, but can be a baby, a debia, a big general house, okay, and he wins to buy no, and he ends you also need to Sanamon and a money. Does it help? It doesn't help. So whatever comes out, per Article 23, because the executive arm is a fully fledged administrative body. The president is also a person. So whatever comes out, the person can seek redress through the court system. Yes. And per Article 126, Clause 4, the Superior Court has got the power to make a determination, a decree, enactment, howsoever. Let's look at that aspect very well.
Okay.
There could be judicial review, there could be appeal, any form of rehashing the decision that may come if it is not to the good of the person.
But powers near the man one penny should be very, because over the arms of government now. Now the president, you're two about man we are.
Yeah.
The executive body, the president with his cabinet. Now you have Mrashebi 4, and so the speaker, president nominate and parliamentarians are confirming. Judiciary, the president appoint to a voting we are way wajuma, and the Sami say 2 million unites or Mampany or 2 million. If you say, okay, 2 million Tesokakra.
I see a share baby a free buy, and yes, a share baby a free buy. The person who sat to craft out the constitution.
The constitution.
That is where we must look at it from.
And the one true constitution, if I be omodia bro.
Yeah, because what I'm saying is a bar speaker and say yina is here to Swaba at least 2/3.
Yes.
A bar president not is 2/3. But because Chief Justice Nian to Swaba Bentino, Emsa Nuntina a ma freemes no. Yina yen to onunsu yen to Swaba. Sana me my dream no. I don't know what is behind their thinking. But the question is, the Chief Justice is at the behest of the President. So a petition will come, it will go to the President, he forces the council will tend to establish prima facie. Once it's established, the President comes back to take whether administrative or judicial administrative function whatsoever to suspend. Then the committee zooms into the work. So does the President have absolute control over the Council of State? Does the President have control over a person who is deemed to have made that petition? So you see the way it is. So everything is revolving around the President. So once it comes that I'm not happy about certain things, then if it is escalated and someone petitions, then the President bases on that to make a decision, to make a determination. Is it the best? So the best say, yeyina, those who are now doing the amendment in we say maybe the choice or the election or the selection of the Chief Justice, we can revisit it.
Okay.
We can revisit it.
Okay.
Because we pay 146.11 ebi anka 12 no. Se nipa no kra suspended no ebi go through na ebi a we ni nkunimu a ese onya akwanya esese okọ redress ana Supreme Court review competencies bi nanka atwo as na man na fairness in the justice system.
Well,
so that is also another aspect. Okay. The next aspect is to say na enko parliament na parliament for to swaba.
Okay.
Nanya be about 75%. It's not easy to get 75% of the parliamentary body voting to do away with someone.
Okay.
And we remove sana. One said naturally nankasano. We are saying say we want the person to work within the unless it be a incapacitation. Okay. If you are now say something has happened. what I didn't say. Now it be about the president in consultation with Parliament on advice of Parliament. Now those clauses na ya advice no ninchire muni consultation no ninchire muni which mean just consult say oh you are consulting no it could be specific. It could be specific law, specific enactment, specific provision. Any other in consultation or on the advice no can be for any other legal question. But a ban before the government or the president can even seek advice, or someone might seek advice from the president, however it is, no. I see a hearing. Into one say, Adena Kasana Boma, so if you are able to pass through those tests and you are removed, now a disase, now a how the constitution came about, and the president had to insulate itself or himself from any debris, any encumbrances. Then this is what we see.
Well, Lawyer could draw on that subject matter of the Supreme Court and Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana, and a removal and a suspension. And no, a subject matter on that same year, a lawyer for me say reinstating because Mampeniti, my member Chairman Mackenzie Ho, Chairman, I'm going to
yeah, I mean,
well, on assembly we are because a political rich hand, and now say they because ten and lawyer came. We not the Chief Justice Badia. Nezezia will be also about the Chief Justice Bebana. I ain't funny a commander Timu.
Yo, my main chairman chief.
Okay.
And they got a phone. You only say, once a lawyer Kasa, and Kayanum Sandy into Min Kasabi. Sans the Yanum yet street into Min Kasa. And now, near Seme Yatiasia. A young man paying be a manual year phone. I saw mo fire di diago yet me mo phone. Mo fire say young co school na do a training to. Ye ni omo pe bia. Na nka be ni be nwa say we our platform so your campaign. Etumi ka say Chief Justice owo ho no. Mo be ba no ma be yin ma ye ni. Pa so maba so obi actual petition. Ya kan wo wa pedwa so na wo ye campaign no. Eno na wo dia ba amanyosem na aban mu. Says o wa ban mu. But the opposite of Ghana for they say, "Una Ghana for the 2 million mount." Yes, near 2 abandoned mount. And my bay man penny. Now be year man penny. I was in Crawford Kobe. Actual letter, bro, say Muni Chief Justice. Nanka Sabe. When you're your man penny there, I can't to boissy. It's as we are jack. That's all macra be a boy fool. Nipper Kobe cry. And to boissy, and I bet as no shame. That's why you shame. That's an any ya yes ye my nephew are media nefe bi no my dream no ayetibu pobi no boy from day one say my mine de ye buy ye be you know na so because sometimes so on you be kasa na mo buy no na mo so mo yi Charlotte na be say Sunday dibu my Charlotte de no de ni see my me we so de ni see so the nimi no to we are cases it's quite different. Many lawyer and a minimum remupi. And until I'm personally very careful in terms of things that I say. But then I think that it's rather unfortunate. Say, yeah, my na yebuno. I quite say, yeah, the dear grown pain beer. It's say, now group di and ye do Ghana. And see, ya to Abama or some penny. Or focus more, ASOB you be a crony like Chen say, accommodate and yen yaduani ni, ya pay bibia to ye yem. Galam say, I said, the would send me brain. Now I thought some more baba be ye no, na manufacturer petition a breno. And Galam say, I some crowd petition na ye decono, and the uncle was a Galam say, I some you're free for any crowd demonstration. And no dear, on my penis on can was a name of beer or tea, the officer or ye the juma. Ono na the focus wo yenso say wo from wo yenianmu yeshutu ebidum eno nyo man pani ni focus so bi actual petitions yenyi nipa ba kopi edi yanhwe from time aside dey start and na baji Ghana TV so ni we radio so bi asem obi eno anomoka It's as only send your man penny and yet in Chey. Oh, I'm the MP, baby, I'm cast all in there. And no one sem kikebino, ebaji 2 mino. That's a big one as a wound to me yet near Sese or Mano. Then you have a problem. Because the focus should be more of the galamsey. In Sona yen yebino. Because in Chebi, I can look, Yababe Crensura Bagana. Yabekra insu Abagana. Because Nema go cosson, Uncle Ye. Yes, I'm not Namisa. Yakwachinam Eunsu. And no one to me, not Debbie, and I'm not going away. And I'm not going Johnny. In so now my ayabasa, and then draws from the goons so a queen. A man penny, and no yang is a personal thing. So we were saying to Yenina, where you saying to Yenina. Now we in my minute, dear. Another person is also going to come. Do you think says Sandy Panda Orban? Oba year or bid it a mawanda?
Okay. Chama, so mommy, any galamsey come out tell. Simabe numpe. Inuya penny or ensem truni or katechia manko frifa. Enra on him rantia tiomungu monte. So those watching the 2 TV, they all videos and pictures number 2 screen so na wape. Yensa kano humano so na yenhe the motive behind a year sadum. So inuya afrifa and can 2 TV so ni emwache.
Oh, yeah, no, okay.
And I don't know this year na boko de.
Better na boko wa prenko fo no buntiu. Na na do wo munso mani amanfo enyi seye na ensure yi enwo mo pon ko mo nim se na mo mo na manfo awo mo ba na ensure ya mo mansa no mo nan ni ho na so mo nim se no na ko tie eji boko de metimi age se boko so nya boko.
All right, before enim se mo betu sa na mo we na yepese simu kwan wa na mo ntuno na ko wiwi court yete interviews ahodo a grant oni wa lawyer for ema aye court no eto anamonto ana police for no person otu no atwene eno adwumadie no atimi akoso at the end of the day we no ebe akoso ha ya ana ebe to aso
ya just 3 days ni yako that's why wo ye na se Russia ni Ukraine to kwano ya kumbi wo ani mo ni ya kumbi wo achire wo achire dia ni diplomacy nti Army General bi Chinese Army General bi Venezuela in law was a diplomacy is the continuation of war through other means. It is a yes, we are there will be diplomatic conversations between us and the state. It's in there, I can say, Attorney General, Deputy Attorney General, and the police are requested for a meeting and obey. You say 2 p.m. No, go back to the street. Na ya kwa demonstration. Many more Kasabi, sure say Mufre and I'm in a line. So,
yeah,
this year, the Greater Accra Regional Commander, Emma, the Secretary, after me say, I'll pay over here, near have a conversation. It's an pay, you get ready, a quakushia. You are address to the media.
All right. Now, Generational Right Protection Society, how do you arrive with this? What are your partners saying?
Oh, yeah, the Nangasa speaks for itself. Generational right protection. And the year by year, the public for and Sasia and an animal coon, you do Mumbo Judge to my the drew me also. The public for our greedy into a remediation up of Bo Mudia. Womudia, one so much in Chimaho. Near Sia Tiasis, I see the free president is so. Kusi ministers so, kusi him for so, a so for so. Bebre na programu sense ati. Almost all monka who to be direct, no try a businessmen who come ha. Bebre dom wajim, I say yes ati. The Generational Right Protection Society. Yes, in Yabichedi and Ponkeho. Now for Yentimen Kokono, my Chiriman Suba. Said the name of Bomester Sabedi. Casa Aborigines Right Protection Society, no. Yes, so much I said, you need a pub money for a diamond for a real more 2 for almost say and Saturday at Tigina Yoko. It's not very another over.
Only Galamse Kui the previous government ye na fam de bia this current government and so in himself abana chi no aboa na otoba agoprama no so ebo abani triso at that time isi oba bem wo gidi say I say omato no pa hwi omato na gijem enfo mo ho
omudi so na so bia isi minister no eso di anim ye kokon no wo de handkerchief ani duku abone yam wo tini so hemo you see hey then you show him near the so big galamsey Opedia one country president is to declare state of emergency. That's the most important thing. Now when you actually who's one, if you say soon the Ayana Jumanasem, oh Frelembele, and Lembele is who acquire 2 galamsey, Quahota, 2 crony in our 12. Uma Mesunda. That was free media when him say Ghana for having any more henty. I said, you go to there. Also, Maria War, the area forest. Yes, and the area forest, what would be a president to declare state of emergency? Now, the community motion as well, the two of us, we had a Ghana for one of the buying a year who was Machiwe. The Machiwe now by the Antonio Cooper, the editor. Eh? Machiwe ashe excavator. That excavator ashe akufo-addo aban. Every still I would give it. When you are faced with extraordinary situation, you don't solve it with usual measures.
Okay.
You take extraordinary measures to deal with extraordinary situation.
All right.
And this thing that we are playing with is an existential threat.
Okay. Wow. You be jam you be dey do so e wi so be follow mo dey be si bi a china on the 2 you be sa no dey nkomo bi o
agoranya metiate.
All right. Oya aguna this year was antemantemo oya hene odi akonwa science amtroni dey the okatachi amankwa afrifa and I didn't kodi common. Very interesting. Chairman Galamsey, briefly on that now. Yes, Samra
none is media free father.
Oh,
I'm the free father.
Oh, I see.
Me then Michael Kofi free father Mackenzie.
Mackenzie no fi.
And Pacho Messi akwasi chumasi.
And the mami. Nti o na mu sa no be unya no.
Oso tu kwan. Na Messi will be brave.
Okay.
Or will be brave pa.
Ti udi na dia na.
Debbie. Me will be brave. Me my night.
Okay.
Pacho Galamsey.
I'm begging you. Oh, very interesting.
Yes, I'm the same no akasa.
Okay.
Nice you know if one straight,
yeah.
Because of me fi asanti jobbing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, be dial Elena.
Na I just say in so ya sem ni Galamsey asem no. Eno na Ghana fu so ho. Ebi na make say o man pani na sudie ni na chese nyinti Ghana fu to aba pa man. Ya Galamsey nsensem na ekoso no. Enye chief justice. Chief justice ni there. Chese I say pen bi keke. As a personal issue bi ana media mi hu ni say ekoso. Because anke bed in ben ngwa say o man pani o si nkrofo bi atro petition to ko chief justice edi. Emeko a Galamsey asem e wo fo. Emeko amanfo ewu se na menua yi kan. Ebinom se twitwa ba yenya hu the source of sanya ma na ekoso no. Esa se ndro bonni a umdi gu nsuo ni ma ye nuanom enom. And obekọ akra biase nsuo na ye brown. Esa kwala onom. Only choice because nsuo nso de when ye bia anom a wutumi hwere nkwa. Enti omusa ne sa no manom. Omonom so yare pa na edi emom abatan ye wu omoma a lot now are becoming deformed. And then for how long can we say say make us in in some kind demonstrations on me and not say to Ayampia. So MPP4 and I'm busy say I'm not a year MDC na mu did. Then I'm catching Ghana for. Yep, a solution. MPP for and to me, and Yentina Ghana for edit to me na mamu. That's one the mamu. Monso mobile, chess on 1 year, what she say ye kwa kote bibi say watchdog go say
water guards. Blue water guards.
And then you ask yourself, say, are we serious as a country? Yeah, but see about the manager. They be make us the same way. We need a manager. We don't need just a leader who will come and also be no Ghana, yeah, say so the Ghana for make us no permit one can say Obiso Obama moto bibi for some on the
primaries moto
and so be my 200 and yes any application
and
that is what Ghanaians we are reducing ourselves to and you my amwaye and in nada na obi abeka nada asem bi akire yen ni agi atu ya koto abamo and before nipa bebre no man to aba no so de yaw e no krese before so e ne ma bi a antwaye na no susa no o hwe ni obetime bu man yi na de akomania on the obeto na sahara amagana sa akọ na chibio Ghana says yes akọ ye chi pa bio because nia yenuanom NDC for ne yende mi hu ne ekoso mu say Ghana na kwese we ba no abebo ball kakra we so ba no abebo ne ball kakra I mean it's hard time that we have to stop all this thing and look for a rightful leader to lead this nation and yes resources this gold as someone okay if Sanki will be obetima managing a year but rather we are talking about gold board and now you're interested in gold board because the honor is kind of back I must say a binimenya be atafre and I know on my penny you're interested but I'm saying say our best stop on the on you ready gold board no here no because gold remember to munsen soon sana seche ya no yanti brofo yanko school ni bi street ni so ne wonti yanti nya a lawyer for ya mo keka na se o ya so san ne ekoto abama mo yes yanti ase ye street ni so nti mo fa ye say yenim nyansa na enim hwe na nka ne akukọ sui eno ya maye demonstration say dade nso ni say mo ba ye so afi de mo be say ni mo na mo nkokwan me can say me too quiet over the weekend. Now me show says the impudent says on my bar almost rush you.
Now pa.
Says almost rush you. I said look. Enche utu fie no bia ba be tu say fie akona me to me good. Ghana, nyamia che ya bi say ekwa ho po ye nya good. That should tell you how when nyame pay asem or the big see Ghana. No when your leader or best some ye wash any year. Say ya ne bekono. Say ya ne bekon. E ben basa no way too far, the way too far. Ye best Ghana for ye to aba ye nhwe ne onim de. Ne obetimi aye, ye mfa 2 minute mano. No mra no meye ni ye. Anya sa ye ya na ye ha ye ho.
All right. Me gidi say galamsey na de ba ko so ya dwen kran course so. Eye teenage pregnancy so abem. Because galamsey for no nyem kwala no. Yes, I went to this Etiwa enclave. Now hen kwala nketengete my wo fefefe oma obi e ba shenechi. Wow. The ba shenechi so a wo akra account me ne enware because galamsey ni disika dey epuepua no. Enti wo tu sini na odiji wo ha ne de. Wo di sini so obeto akre.
Menu anokra de Kenya. Se Ghana from po na nyem ye meya senya. Na mo China from China from Agyapong.
Abawa bi wo se wasa coupons dey e ba wa wo no. Just a Chinese ni akola. So was it one the boy in the one. I say boy we show say mo very interesting.
Chinese did not call. Sleep on one of our questions. And the Ghana
lawyer. As a Ghana Mrano constitution, I say, and no emrapon a lawyer for Munim Imo Ayamo Cheche. Ghana phobia Senkabe in such a only Moyadi.
Such as I say.
Ya amend the constitution. You man you are yin free mukra na say ehun hia say you man be wo ha so your constitution because to say president say president dia akonya wi there number of years bia ususu say wabo man no krono asa between na court Baby kura na chese ejagu baby abo se na ban asa power obo se asem no kwa asa to atabi
say na me can say yen hwe the source baby
constitution free
aye those are like we shouldn't be hypocrites yen hwe the source say no ni asem no him for net na say when na net so at that time those are the questions and na a traveler bepim sabri to nya betena super he's insulated a bonny ho ban nti rare say oben sisemu yes o share successively Ira Rollins, Ira Kufo, Ira Mills, Ira Mahama, Ira Nonado,
Ira Mahama.
Yes. Mills no yes and Cobensis and Bastilla no antentam. So it insulates you, it protects you. You have a shielding friend is saying cloak. Na I say a ball who buy. Unless say you be a we have to do this and this idea they are but maybe they say yeah total overhauling there and nun there mean because politicians no or only smart say you said then cry obenya baby afa and tie bia nhwe key things I feel say enye mayen no ne bia yasesa sa nyoma no I think that's what we can do. But say to actually near from it's not helpful. And
as a cockroach, so I'm receiving your fee one or
sanity.
Sanity.
Inti constitution idea were good provisions we share from Article 12 copy 41 hona a year human rights in a right to education na chief can say senior leaders are or mere managers. You see, leadership is an aspect of management.
Leadership does
management embodies a whole thing.
Okay.
A manager is a planner, so he undertakes planning.
Okay.
So to me and to you who say, "Somebody way too hot." Na me pe ho kan de. Na me hwe kon kan say, "Ade amedia to hoyi, se me bo ho bra, na ni nkunim krampo a, boka na e wo ho metumi aso anu medi nkunim." That is planning. We are about organizing. You should have the capacity to organize human resources and non-human resources. It's human resources near and before adidantem omomunima de bia to quadruple nipa ne na busa den kra obia or survival. Do we have that kind of leader or what that managerial acumen and skill, that prowess? We don't. And Sanya shared the relationships in reporting system, responsibility. Who do I report to? That is organizing. You see about the ministerial spectrum now. How do I report to a particular minister? And for Sobena Ebeba also, what is the outcome? Oria and Sana, the leader must be what? A leader himself. He must lead. He must get certain skills of leadership. Whether it's an autocratic leader, whether it's a laissez-faire leader, whether it's a democratic leader, whether it's a participatory leader, whatever, no, there must be a blend, a mix of that.
Leadership idea, Africa, to see.
It's a whole ball game. And Sana, what we will say, he must be a motivator. The leader must motivate. Mabasu, the next 4 years, SMT grew about 10 billionaires, Ghana billionaires. Do we have that leader? Ono kra opo adwuma kra gu no.
Onya obegu kra. Ono chibens usu be chibens. Obegu no.
That you my bed there say it me grew about 1,000 millionaires and more about $500 million range. That is leader, you motivate. How do you motivate? Then you come to the social services.
Your quantra.
Oh yes. Chief kind of me be leadership.
But you be my we have
a problem not on the lawyer, and to be sincere with you. So two coin partners or bagana. And then one was say, "Oh, until I call for being a coin quabruch, almost a higher foom. I had your foom. I had in a free and when you're coin quabruch. But where the mindset of your leaders now ushes in your mind at sea. And the desert so create me see Dubai. Desert. And I call her a tourist site and call for two coin. But yet, yeah, In 68 years.
Yes.
It
is the leader. It was all this skill setter. Onono onimbia oko. The leader knows where he's going. And ya fe no baby say then eseme. Enti ye wo no na so be leader na de ni na hye he has all those blueprints. So first year this enti enyo me hian the lead he to say say be a huge vice chancellor now say CEO the year. You are not going to do operational things. You are thinking about international relations, strategic decisions. The president must engage in strategic decisions. Now certain things they are competent. You must motivate. Esa usheni pani mana adiena woye nankasano. Itigane ni okay owe university ya. Enye ano say you start and now say jumapa and say whatever. You don't just give money to a nipani say on certain juma. Enti kolana owie no ne ya no yemfa se bia sample. Okay, ye per se you grow business chieftains or more telecommunication industry. Enti kolana ma juma bia ni aye interview e bi psychometric analysis. Maybe akrane pe. Na ye do ma telecommunication Airtel Vodafone entrepreneur in telecommunications for you 5-10 years. We are now your money best about $1 million, $2 million.
On
set here BBA or honor fro. That's what we should do.
A lawyer who can so catch on a becansem. Because Uko Square and I find expire R square. San Yomana, Yakokus, you remember me. Cosu we are not Trefi. Excellent,
the mammy for way, maybe I make us the cheapest work in Ghana, is to become a president. So a president that a Juma Air Fupa, I don't make. They don't make. President Opa compare with them, not them. Keke. Then you may be a president. We are president. Now we need who chief of staff, who advisors, who are lawyers, who are all these council people
around you.
What do you do? All that you start to do is to manage your chief of staff. Managing it very well. Now, also managing from phone. All managing no. The minister also manage from. Then it will trigger down. One year is president saw Tihodumo. Now Yama forest whatever minister. No better TV news. And if that's sad, if some got sacked because on to me near Jumano. Chief of staff should have sacked that man. If some got sacked is sad because the sacking the president should have sacked chief of staff because we need Juma. So the first person the president have responsibility over is the chief of staff. So minister Abet TV so esu. Now so on that minister only me into your call into up to know that so tio and also and then my meto handkerchief bear nam their command no to me them fan and so because I do not know to me yet. And such guy we should your Becca no you say you be Siko won't your Becca so nipa papa meanwhile the not transfer uncle Sobu how I done was so no but I know the Okwakusu and then we are keeping such a man there. Look, I think that we have a long way to go.
All right, Galamsey, but briefly on, thank you to MPP.
Thank you to.
Thank you to.
Thank you to.
And that's all count. MPP, what did you say?
Man frame in here. The don't frame me, but I think it's rather unfortunate. When say what you call MPP, they are now have a caca. It's rather unfortunate. It looks we've lost focus. As a political party.
Munim direction more.
Yeah. Nanka debut. MPP elusu aba how many months ni?
December 7th.
December 7th. You try to to January 7th. As an if you 4 months. NBA bedu 7th and I'm May, which is my birthday. Into May catch you be
only a 7th. Maybe a 20th.
Also your 20th. Okay.
20th May.
Yes.
This will be the 4th May.
Hey, May for one share. That is good. And then the month of May.
Now you be say who say Ediania pre at this moment of a political party you lose aba time 41 point something and ye me wo ye da so pray to me at this time instead say be kan ye ho abom ye de odo aye adwuma no we say president at this moment your polling station for ka ye nyomo e kwan aye fa so aye ba be set your polling station answer ni aba all the executive because police station no me dey ho na me wo ho na me gidi because yanom sa no and yanom ne ye adwuma no e wo fom it is a police station ni anko ye adwuma na apra na mo pre wo so mo pra kwai 2028 anya dan deal ema MPP sa enti say yanka ye ho amoma anya nipa baako ene ne we ka wa at this time here and some SSC fee number should have been encouragement words. Tima mu for hwe yen yo. Omo hwe yen. Ebinim anu mo so man to aba because the NDC for ye de and ye young time cry. And so
asomo so mo yam nyoma yi.
Ya nye nyema yi a emre ne beso omo san to aba ma yen. Because on before say we are all the same. But they be ameka say political parties so eye ni obedi animu no ana kire esuni ye ban a ye de eye ya manyosem no. This time, mepa yempeni furniture, national executives, omo pay to me be anyway. I say this is not the time. A partner a partner di award ebe join here no. Say and you say na nanka ye hwehwe say ebe ye. Ti ebe say emo bia antoto ye party no. Yes, because I'm to na say
okay.
Your party no a party or do womb in Cranshe womb. Just say nipa to me too for who say future be ewo MPP more. You maybe a best organ you the call the name kakra. Intiama a many pebias and a metutu and away to my way, no way to my way. I think there is hard time, you big penny for and almost so more year national executive. Propose in young call thank you to no more some work. They should buy their heads in shape. No, baby say you're the 2 me grandpa with the 1 million. You're the 2 me mount as a leader. Sabra be we nearby. Candidate here, the name bad there. Wuna we chairman, wuna me executive, wuna mo year a form year, and your candidate can't be a juma. And can let me who say we pray. So your executive from a form from polling station chairman to national chairman uro aye the man say grabe we ni wo polling station area wasadi pan no is aye chairman na say only executive man timi anhwe ama polling station for anya adwuma na say mo sa frame mo say me leaders na mo tesuro na say mo so mo thank you to na mo kokra is anka mo say me anka me nko because I ferry
okay
you did to me amount yeah ba na 40 no na 53 ya twa ba 41 na utumi nya kokodo say me sanko
very interesting but I think on this Galamsey a lawyer boy back to that the chemicals na the lawyer say you see you justice prepare Galamsey pictures remember a lawyer on this. Now let me read this briefly now MWA. Also chemicals used in illegal mining such as mercury, arsenic and then acetone. Also the mutagenic effect, and these chemicals can damage DNA leading to genetic mutations and others. So this Galamsey illegalities and back to that lawyer. Where are we heading towards? The state of the water. Na ohese ni ateche any chemical component muri koma. Senana a Katachika. Where are we heading towards as a country? Now, in common area.
So where are we heading, India? Two things.
Okay.
One, either say you best stop the one side you will control, so I say it means stop what. Say ye bra and high.
Okay.
Because in Jamaica, I say, and fancy could be say Newmont Achim, any dues aina, and no, there a big mining institutions. So all the safeguards have been put in place.
Okay.
But about small mining, any illegal mining, India. You say, who say before some time, no, you fan say, let's by say, ya in kakra no. Na entia te say. Na yes you nun say entia de entina say yes you na den I say. Enti we must stop it. Se pese en pa me share video bi abrochire nsuo no chese ni kroje blue and ye de no it say a year e wechi. So we should stop it. Na say yan stop it. Na ye pese ye so mu sa nso de dia. Then we have to graduate it. Enti ebia year 1 decision I taking mo amho ebe kwatwe no adwuma e de mamuni ebia ye federal education there should be a national policy omo ye sade no because we are the community mining kra na onipa no nti community mining na say benefit be no benya free sa community mining no na community mining kra na ya hyemu kina. So the key thing is we must stop it. Now yen concentrating on the other areas are ye debate or mining because the mineral resources in the MYA. The mineral resources will not help us. Now yen concentrating on building Kwadana Ebano, na AI, mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, technology, manufacturing, civil aviation. Sano mania dia shen kwalanumu. Okay. Cryptocurrency. Yes. One say after one bebano, and yet galamse no then you
someone also says because there's no punishment as a lawyer, say chuma, then because of political interferences and all these
things. What is asam kesi owo? What is asam kesi pa? Because law BR was sanctions one enforces our sanctions. I was talking to a guy. If US nearby Nancy or say US hono and just like a bad tax system now or mu or see institutions need or more loopholes are or the giabino.
Okay.
But a bus individual who are paying your barbecho. Yes, and the individual and so mu say you be held. By institutions, no, it's say your body to ultimately prepare an account to get certain leverages. Or see, and you have to say, guys, was listening. They were jailed.
Okay.
Can we do it? Is the political will? Is the leader
to fight that?
Yes,
because it's a national issue.
Yes, it's a national issue because we are emotional attachment. The past president, the past government, the current president, and the current government.
Okay.
Each of them has emotional attachment. It is a see between us there. And yen so say ye two as in nipa no the next graduated next 1.5 years 2 years more move free no policy I de mamuni ya budget no ye de mu percentage say mamu e de ye adwuma and now the 12 school fees so now the BB there must be a national policy and departmental policy and answer ministerial policy. It should be a national policy till the next 3-5 years no ye yimu nyina free wa senka wunye your friend is saying galam say na then I'll be
right you better one come so chairman 1 minute now on this subject
patron ni lawyer anya adwene
okay
ewo yem pesike kuobi ami sikatuobi emfama illegal miners ade no mo ye na mu no e bone ete se ne obi a okọ wiade ni achi na koto prison eni se yanchi omo ankobu no menja ni omo ye na se ye kasi ye be mo miskadia na ye so omo so ade no mo ye na ngasa enye
small scale
small scale for no e quite different.
They are different from the
omo ye but the illegal minings ne de ye chiwa e se mra ni wudi ana e kan say president Otisron one year envelope your work from one should not be but say if no was run strategy, say police AJ, say what the AJ, obia AJ, then we cannot apply the law. Nemo, young man was street in the sono. Name and near for finna comedy, near Sapaka crania cofobi, tomato crana. Yadia kujina kota near my 6 years. No be or depend, elbow chrono, on the dasoti, obi or all say yensu kum nipa, on no dasoti onum. Esan say, I'm running to mini. And no media, Miss Anna ya.
All right.
Because yanum no bra, you come afo. Yet the street use no comedy. My yansan kopaka clear binkophobia de. Near the cotton. Now so be saying so kum nipa dia. Yes, on the unfunny hundi. Non-co free. I think that this country is not being fair.
We make Kasan come away next week. There's a birthday gift. Bia yedema in your baby. Now the birthday gift is that today is her birthday. Into your celebrating. Into happy birthday to Chief Inspector Melissa Agyapong, aka Mama Lisa. Wish you a joyous celebration filled with joy, laughter, and God's blessings. May this special day mark new beginnings and opportunities for you. You are a blessing to many, and we are grateful for your love and dedication. Cheers to an amazing year ahead. This is coming from Nsempewura of Kencity Media and Irish Chief Inspector Melissa Agyapong, aka Mama Lisa. Mama Lisa, happy birthday. Ame Emma Okatentena. Onshemade, mo birthday ana mo piska. Nti nyame ma unyeska yes, obabia piska mo sikade. Abroche Brunidi birthday to fly out of flower come over to actually is Ghana ni ba to actually.
Obi na say na friend tuntum hanopa na hu say ntuntum no oyo ba ana bibi san say ana ntina no oyo ba o say otunam ewie mu no o ba ne pocket.
All right, very interesting and fruitful discussions live here on Net2 television with Chairman Michael Kofi Afrifa Makanzi, former constituency chairman for Mandina constituency, NPP, and a lawyer, Eric Odro, is a private legal practitioner and was also an expert in finance. For coming. Up next, national agenda. I only have builders for bidding before today's discussion. Good morning.